Coming up on Mountain News this morning, as the pandemic continues, the state of Kentucky is facing a critical blood supply shortage. And hear why it is important that parents still take their kids in for annual checkups, even during the pandemic. Plus, as schools across the Commonwealth gear up to reopen, this year is coming with some additional costs.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts. Thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. Today is July 23rd and it's Thursday. We've almost made it through this week. The weather outside was kind of beautiful yesterday, kind of sticky and hot with a little bit of those showers. Let's bring in Brandon Robinson to see what we can expect for today. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Lacey. We're going to expect to see that cold front come through today, so maybe some cooler temperatures, but basically the chances for showers and storms again, especially in the heat of the day this afternoon. But the heat should not be as bad today when that cold front comes through. Let's take a look and see what's going on right now on live pinpoint Doppler radar. You see a cluster of showers and storms moving out of eastern Kentucky into parts of Logan County there, Mingo, Logan counties, and heading back over toward central West Virginia there. We also see a couple of stray showers down along the border there, Letcher County, Harlan County, and across the border into East Tennessee. So again, we're watching all that this morning, and we'll see how it plays out today. 2 miles of visibility right now at Harlan, 7 in Williamsburg, 8 in Jonesville. So again, just be careful, some patchy dense fog around as you head through the first part of your day. Temperatures in the 70s area wide, looks like 70 in Williamsburg and Harlan's are cool spots, and 74 in Jackson and Prestonsburg are our warm spots this morning. As we take a look at the out the door forecast, we do expect to see possibility for some stronger storms this afternoon as that cold front rumbles through. Today is the day, though. After today, things start to get a little bit better just in time for the weekend. I'll have the full forecast in a few minutes. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. And we have a traffic alert for you this morning. Part of the Mountain Parkway is shut down indefinitely. We have the area on this map. Part of the road has collapsed near the Wolf-Powell County line. It's near the Tunnel Ridge Road underpass. Signs are up for the detour onto Kentucky 15. Eastbound lanes are fine. Now, this is just the westbound lanes, so if you are headed to Lexington, this will be an issue. There is no timetable for when this will be fixed, but of course, we'll keep you updated. And last night, we learned about 518 new cases of COVID-19, which means Kentucky's total is now 24,540. 3 new deaths were also reported, and the death toll is now 677. The number of people in the hospital and the ICU are also up. 603 people are currently in the hospital, and that's up 71 from Tuesday. That's the most, at least since June 1st. 9 more people are in the ICU, bringing that current total to 145. And a federal prison in eastern Kentucky has reported nearly 50 cases of coronavirus. According to the Cumberland Valley District Health Department, 42 inmates and 5 staff tested positive at the Federal Correctional Institution in Manchester. This is the 5th federal prison in Kentucky to have cases of COVID-19. And there may be a nationwide shortage for lumber and bikes, but the state of Kentucky is seeing its own shortage of blood. In the past, Kentucky could lean on surrounding states if blood supplies were running low, but in these trying times, that is no longer an option. Kentucky Blood Center officials say that while they are seeing more people donate, the need for blood is still critical.
You know, we don't ever want to be in this point where we're having to, plead to the community. But with the rate of usage just for elective surgeries right now, we know that we can't keep up at this pace.
The Blood Centers is strongly encouraging donors to schedule an appointment ahead of time so that they can adhere to social distancing guidelines. And as schools across the Commonwealth gear up to reopen, this school year is coming with some additional costs. To address these needs, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman has formally requested additional funding for Kentucky schools in a letter to United States Secretary of Education Betsy DeVoe. Coleman says the need for more funding for public schools existed before the pandemic, but now lives depend on it. And the number of children getting routine checkups from their doctor is way down this year. Experts say the concerns over the coronavirus are keeping people away from the doctor's office. But doctors say that people need to keep these appointments because COVID-19 isn't the only concern for a child's health.
The diseases for which we're giving the immunizations are preventable. And just because we are within the state that we're unused to, we're within a pandemic and everyone is dealing with that as best they can, that doesn't mean that polio or measles or tetanus, that any of those have gone away.
If you're worried, you can give your doctor a call to find out what new procedures are in place. And the Pikeville Independent School District has announced their plans for the fall semester. Students are headed back to the classroom with August 26th marking the first day of school, and they have two options for how they may choose to attend classes. They can choose to do traditional schooling or virtual. For in-person learning, the district will operate under 3 phases. The first 12 days of the school year will be in the yellow hybrid phase, meaning students attending in person will be placed into either Group A or Group B, both groups meeting on opposite days.
The reason we have 3 options is we're going to base it upon the needs of the current time. And so at the moment, we are elevated. We are elevated. The governor has put some greater restrictions on. Public health has asked for some additional masking. And in our community, we have had an elevated number of cases.
Superintendent David Trimble did acknowledge that every day these circumstances are changing and assured that parents to be able to alter how their children receives their education. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we take you to Letcher County, where we find out how one master falconer is working to educate kids during this pandemic.
And the forecast today brings that cold front through our region that could ramp up our chances for some storms, especially this afternoon. I'll track it out for you in about 3 minutes.